Hey everyone, it's Amy, and today I have in the Light ELegance Winter of 2023 collection. This is a party to remember. So for this new winter collection, Ellie did something a little bit different, which I find interesting. They look three ways. So normally they come in the hard gels and they come in the P+ gel polishes. And then separately, they have a separate winter release for the Buttercreams. This time, they did all three formulas with the same color collection. So I did pick up the color Buttercream collection, and then Buttercreams don't come in glitters, so I just got the regular glitter hard gel pack. I find that I don't reach for my Ellie hard color gels very often. Definitely the glitters I use all the time, but I don't reach for the colors as often. I tend to work on top of built nails, so this one is meant for on top. The Buttercreams, I have one or two that I haven't really played around with, so I thought I would go ahead and try this time. So let's go ahead. We're gonna start with the color gels in the Buttercream formula. We have 6 colors in a party to remember. I really like the packaging for the Buttercream box versus the hard gel box. I think it's super cute. So I'll go ahead and pull all of them out. We will do swatches of all the colors, then we'll do swatches of all the glitters, as well as do some comparisons. So first one, in no particular order, we have Sexy Soiree. Here's what Sexy Soiree looks like. I am going to go ahead and do a second coat because it is a little transparent. I might have done this a little on the thin side, but again, not familiar with the Buttercream formula. But Sexy Soiree is a really pretty reddish, pinkish shimmer. Really pretty, perfect Christmas red. Next up, we have Midnight Meat. Here's what Midnight Meat looks like. This one is definitely a thicker consistency compared to the Sexy Soiree formula. This one has a lot more shimmery glitter to it. It's kind of like a deep medium to dark blue with blue shimmers in it. Really pretty, gonna be perfect for some snowflake nails, some Frosty the Snowman type nails. Next is Whiskey and Wine. Here's what Whiskey and Wine looks like. This one again is a thicker formula, and this is a really pretty deep burgundy red with a shimmer to it as well. Again, gonna be a great Christmas red. Next we have Fashionably Late. Here's what Fashionably Late looks like, and on the swatch versus in the bottle, it does look very different. Now I am going to do a second coat to build it up and see what it looks like. In the bottle, it definitely looks more of a darker mauve-y fall type of color. On the swatch, it is a little bit brighter of a pinky purple color. Next we have Let's Limo. Here is what Let's Limo looks like. This one again is different on the swatch versus in the bottle. In the bottle it looks like a deep maroon type of a purple. On the swatch it looks like a little bit brighter of a purple. I'm curious to see what this ends up being with a second coat. And the final color gel is Martini Up. Here's what Martini Up looks like. This one definitely needs a second coat. This one, out of all of them in this collection, is a very runny consistency. I'm not sure why that is, maybe because it has no shimmer in it. Again, not super familiar with the Buttercream formula, so I'm curious to see in future collections if I get more Buttercreams how they come out. Definitely needs a second coat, but this is going to be a really good Christmas green. It's definitely a little bit on the brighter side. It's not going to be like your forest tree kind of green. It's going to be a brighter Christmas green. Okay, here are the colors to a party remember. They definitely look more like a winter collection, but not necessarily Christmas. There's definitely some good Christmas colors in here. I feel like this is a really good mix of Christmas and winter. I like what they did here with this collection. I feel like the winter collections I'm either hit or miss on, but I do appreciate that we do have those Christmas colors. We have it mixed in with the winter, and they do look very party-like, so it goes with the theme. I do want to go ahead and do some comparisons. I did have a couple requests to do comparisons to Madam Glam as well, which I did used to do, but I don't know why I stopped. So I did go ahead and pull comparisons for Ellie and then Madam Glam as well. So to start with Sexy Soiree, this is our red, a little bit brighter red, but it's not a bright red at all. I'm gonna compare it to Kevin from Madam Glam. This is one of the cat eye polishes. Now you don't have to wear them as a cat eye. So if you compare them just as like the shimmery, Sexy Soiree is definitely brighter. It has that like pink undertone to it versus this is pretty dark red. So it may compare closer to the Whiskey and Wine. And then for LE, I pulled Spicy in Spain and Living Lavish. Because we've definitely seen these type of red shimmery colors from LE. So this one, Spicy in Spain, is definitely a lot brighter. It is a bright red, and it has actual pink shimmer to it, versus this has a little bit of a pink undertone. This has pink shimmer in it, and it's quite a bit brighter here, as you can see. Living Lavish, again, is brighter. Brighter, has a pinker undertone to it. Though this one is closer in shades than Spice in Spain was a lot brighter. This one's closer, but it's still a little bit lighter. Now, if you have Living Lavish, do you necessarily need Sexy Soiree? I don't think so, but they are a little bit different. And Midnight Meat is pretty unique. We don't have anything too similar to it. From Madam Glam, I don't have anything to pull. From Ellie, I have Little Rebel and Belgium Blue, which again, I just don't think they're gonna compare. Here is Little Rebel, which is darker. Midnight Meat has a lot more glitter into it versus this is just a slight shimmer. And then Belgium Blue, which is gonna need a good stir. I do love Belgium Blue. This one's pretty deep in shade. There, that needed a really good stir. That shimmer was definitely separating. Again, a lot darker. Little Rebel is a little bit closer, but again, with that sparkle in it, it is different. And then for Whiskey and Wine, again, I'm gonna pull Kevin back out from Madam Glam, and then from Ellie, I have Chillin' in Chile. So this is a little bit closer than it was to Sexy Soiree, but it's still just the formula, because this is a cat eye, doesn't quite compare. But Madam Glam doesn't release shimmers too much. They do some glitters, but they do mostly cream colors. And then here is Chillin' and Chilly compared to Whiskey and Wine. These two are very similar. I think on camera this is looking darker, but in person, like, they are very similar. Definitely, I don't think you need the two, but if you are transitioning into buttercreams, then this would be a good replacement from the color gel. Next we have Fashionably Late, which I pulled quite a few to compare. I do want to compare it to the swatch though, because this one in the jar looks darker than it actually is. If anyone can tell me if this is a buttercream issue, why it looks different in the pot than on the stick, I would love to know. But I'm going to compare everything to the swatch since this is what it turns out to be. This one from Madam Glam is Fantasy Glitter. This is actually one of the few that have a slight shimmer to it, and the shimmer is not even really picking up on camera, but it's pretty close. Little bit darker, and then it does have that shimmer, but they are looking pretty close. I also pulled Girl Power from Madam Glam. This is definitely more on the purple side, but I thought it was close to that like brighter purpley pink. From Ellie, this is Under Investigation. This does not compare. This is more of a brick red type of a color. This one is Sitting Pretty in a Penthouse. This was from a winter collection a couple years ago, and that is looking pretty close. Not a complete dupe for it, but they're close enough in color that I don't think you need both. But this has been a few years since this has been released, so if you didn't pick up this one, then Fashionably Late would be a good one to pick up. And then for Let's Limo, this one again, I'm going to compare on a swatch stick because it looks a little different. This one does look more similar swatch to jar, but there's still a little bit of a color difference. From Madam Glam, I pulled Witch's Night, which is like spot on. Like spot on. Like this is the same color. And then this one's Old Habits. This one's a little bit different, but Witch's Night is pretty spot on. From Ellie, I pulled Dirty Little Secret, Bougie Babe, and Missing You Madly. Missing You Madly is definitely, does not compare. It's a lot deeper, has a little brown tone to it. Bougie Babe is that two-tone where it looks brown, it looks purple. The purple side of it does look like Let's Limo, but this does have like a shift to it, so not completely comparable. And Dirty Little Secret, I think it's going to be darker. This is more of a plum type of a purple. And then finally for Martini Up, I did pull one from Madam Glam, one from Ellie. This one is Lost in the Woods. This one's pretty close in shade as well. It's pretty spot on. And Just a Little Selfish is a little bit deeper. This is more of a Christmas green. This is going to be a little bit of a brighter green. So this is a good addition to the Ellie greens. We don't get too many Ellie greens, I've noticed. So let's go ahead and move on to the glitter collection. Again, in no particular order, this one is Sparkles or Sequins. Here's what Sparkles or Sequins looks like. This is a gorgeous color. It is so sparkly. It has tons and tons of chunky glitters to it, and they are all like a white iridescent. This will go with any color. But if you really want to make like the shine pop, you could put a silver underneath and then put this on top. Would look so sparkly and stunning. Next we have Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Here's what Tall, Dark, and Handsome looks like. It is a black glitter, and I can't tell if it's got a silver shimmer to it. It doesn't really, it's kind of like a black glitter, and you definitely need to build this up or put a black base down, but it's pretty shimmery for a black glitter. Next we have Make It a Double. Here's what Make It a Double looks like. This is a gorgeous green glitter. It does have some teal glitters mixed in with it, and it's gonna pair perfectly with Martini Up. Come on, how gorgeous is that for a Christmas set of nails? It's so pretty for a green glitter. It is so pretty. Next we have All Dolled Up. Here's what All Dolled Up looks like. This is a interesting glitter. It is definitely on the transparent side, is like a pink jelly base to it with lots of shimmery little tiny glitters in it. It is really pretty. This would go well a very, very thin coat over like a French tip type of a design, or even the background and then put the white French tip on top of it just to give it some shimmer. Or you can definitely pair this on top of different pinks. That on top would look really pretty. So it's definitely something you gotta pair with something. Next is May I Have This Dance. Here is what May I Have This Dance looks like. It is a mixture between a pink and a rose gold type of a glitter. It's really pretty. Like the base is pretty much a rose gold, but it has those flecks of like a magenta throughout, making it a unique type of glitter. And finally we have Paparazzi. Here is what Paparazzi looks like. It's a pretty unique glitter. I feel like it's hard to see, but they are all dot glitters, and there's tons of colors: red, pink, green, blue, gold. I think that's all the colors, but a good like party mix. Really pretty, and it's pretty concentrated. Like that covered a lot of the nail. Okay, so here are all the glitters in the collection. I feel like this is an interesting glitter collection, and usually I like the glitters more than the color gels, but this is an interesting mix. And I do like individual pieces in this, but as a whole is interesting to me. We'll talk more about that when we recap everything. I want to do some comparisons. I did not pull any Madame Glams for the glitter comparisons, just because Madame Glam doesn't really have glitters that compare. So for Paparazzi, obviously I had to pull I Need Attention because this is another party mix. I feel like those are going to be hard to see. So in the caps, they are different. This has a lot deeper, richer tones, and these are just those kind of glitters. This has little glitters, shimmery, different sizes mixed in with it. So they are two party type glitters. Personally, I don't think we need to, but I mean, they are different. Next Next for May I Have This Dance, I feel like it's pretty unique with this rose gold fuchsia mix. I did pull Cheers from Down Under, which is a rose gold, has more of a copper undertone to it. This one is Anxiously Awaiting. This one has kind of similar, it's like a rose gold with a magenta mix. This is a lot deeper of a color, and this one's lighter in shade. So those two are similar, just difference in shades. For All Dolled Up, I pulled Losing My Impatience. I use this one all the time. It is a pink jelly base, again with iridescent glitters. They are very different. This one, when you put it down, that pink almost like completely disappears. You don't even see that pink undertone. You're kind of just left with a little bit of iridescent glitters. This one has more of a pearlescent base to it, so you do get more of that pink, even though it is still more on the transparent side. For Make It a Double, I pulled Gaudy but Gorgeous. This is a chunkier glitter, but it is that blue teal mixed in with it. So again, this one's chunkier. This one does have more of that blue to it, but you could honestly put them together, do a base of this, and then add in some chunkies. Would go well together. Tall, Dark, and Handsome, which was our black glitter. Pulled Black Magic, which was from their limited Halloween release. And of course, we got colors in this versus this is just a black glitter. Smokin' Hot Pepper is a black glitter base, but it has holographic glitter sprinkled throughout. So again, not comparable, but we do have some black glitters from Ellie. But if you want just a plain black glitter, this one is it. And finally, sparkles or sequins. We do have quite a few of these like sparkly iridescent glitters. They are all different though. Here's Swing by Sweden. This one is more of a white base to it. I love Swing by Sweden though. Here's Ice Cream Muse Cream, which has some more chunkies. This one almost has like a pinky base to it. This one has different color variation in the glitters as well. This is Spot by the Stream, which again, chunkier, different kind of glitter patterns. So they're all in the same family, but they are all very different. I feel like there might be one more, but I can't think of anything at the moment. You'll have to let me know if there is another one you think I should compare that one to. Okay, here are all of the glitters and all of the colors in this collection. Looking at them together, I feel like the glitters are just odd to me this year. I don't know why. I'm not feeling the glitters. There's not even a red glitter in here, but I mean, we do have tons of red glitters already from Ellie, so I could see them wanting to switch it up. I love the sparkly one, the sparkler sequin. Love this one. And I love the green one, Make It a Double. The rest, I don't necessarily care for. The party glitter, we do already have a party type glitter. I already don't reach for it. That could be a personal preference there. This All Dolled Up, I'm like 50-50 on. I could see myself either reaching for a lot or not at all. The black glitter, though I do like the addition of a black glitter to the Ellie collection as a whole, I don't feel like it fits in this particular collection. I would have loved to see this come out in the fall collection. This would have been good to have for Halloween as well. And then the rose gold one, I feel like Anxiously Waiting is close enough to that. And we've already seen other rose goldy type glitters. Wasn't a big addition for me. and I feel like these glitters don't mix as well with the colors. Normally I feel like, you know, you can mix and match the colors and the glitter in the collection pretty well. This I'm not finding the case. I mean, the black you can fit with anything, but I personally wouldn't necessarily put the black with these unless you're doing the black with the purple and you're making a Halloween. But again, I feel like the black glitter leans more towards fall and Halloween than the winter time. And I actually love all of the colors in the winter collection, which I feel like is rare for me to say. I feel like usually there's at least one or two that I'm not fond of. I actually love all 6 of the colors from this collection. So the colors, I definitely recommend. The glitters, I say pick the ones you want. But I'm curious to see your guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments down below, 1, what you think of ELE combining the Buttercream into their regular collection versus having a separate collection. I'd love to know everyone's opinions on that. I personally like it because I think I will prefer the Buttercream formula over the hard gel, but I was already committed to the hard gel colors and getting like the collections with the glitter that I just didn't want to venture out into the color gels. But now that they're all one collection, if I prefer this formula, I can still do this. And then let me know if you're picking up this collection and what you think of it as a whole, the glitters, the colors, and as a whole. But I hope this video was helpful to you guys in showing the comparisons between ELE as well as to Madam Glam. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked my comparisons and how I did them this time. And make sure you're subscribed for tutorials. We're gonna not quite get into Christmas and winter, but it's gonna be coming up soon. I will have a couple more fall videos this month, and then of course December into January, we're full into Christmas and winter videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.